We had come up with a private Facebook group after one of these calls earlier this year, and so wanted to take a look at it, how we can get more of you involved and see if this is the most beneficial way for us to start building more community, or if there are other suggestions. This slide I am putting up on all of our calls. It has ways that you can find us on social media. Ellie really runs our StrongerMemory social media. She does a fantastic job, and we want to be able to highlight you. So if you have photos or stories you want to share, if you post your StrongerMemory group, which several of you have, if you tag us in it or tag us in the comments, then we will follow you back and share that post to amplify the great work that you all are doing. So we're going to talk about the Facilitators Facebook group, and then we'll go into our usual kind of best practice sharing. But why did we design a private Facebook group? We wanted to have a place for StrongerMemory facilitators who are trained, are part of these calls, to have an extra space they can connect and learn, that doesn't have to wait for one of these calls, but is really active and accessible at any time, and that allows you all to directly share documents and files. There's some things we still are playing around with in terms of if it's better to have an off-site library for files, but the Facebook group is an easy way to upload things that are just going to be available to facilitators. Right now, what you'll find in the group are mainly announcements from us, the StrongerMemory team, and some simple facilitation tools. We have some sample lesson plans and article reviews, some new materials, handouts, and a slideshow template up there. And then we have some resources on StrongerMemory research, news articles, and assessments. There's a lot we can put in this Facebook group, but I want to make sure that we put things up there in a way that's most helpful to you all. What we'd like to add but need your help with are discussion threads on common questions or challenges, celebrations of milestones and group success stories, peer support and networking opportunities. So we want this to be a place not where it feels like, you know, you're getting spammed with sales ads, but we all work in this field with older adults. We might have resources or a need for a resource, and this private facilitator group could be a good place to just ask a question, you know, hey, does anybody have any resources for caregivers, or for a specific type of dementia, or whatever it might be. And then also we want to invite you all to upload and share files to this group as well. Some examples of what to share, things that are great to post are, you know, if there's a particular writing prompt or a discussion that sparked a great lesson, great discussion, creative ways you've adapted the math exercises, a funny reading moment that boosted the group's energy, or any kind of, you know, themed day, reunion, community outreach you're doing, as well as questions and challenges that you might be having in your group. Some things not to post, pretty minimal, pretty self-explanatory, but we don't want to post personal participant information, diagnosis, or private health info, content that's really not relevant at all to StrongerMemory and brain health. And we don't want to post photos without permission, because this is a private group, but you know, if there's a really great photo or great story, other people might want to share that. So we want to make sure we have permission for any photos that are posted in this group. Now I'm gonna stop the slideshow and take you on a little tour of the facilitators group. So you should see my screen right now. It's Facebook popping up. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit. Can you see? All right. So this is the StrongerMemory. I'm logged in as StrongerMemory right now. So when you log into Facebook on your computer, you'll see on the side that you have a place for some shortcuts. I have our group there, but you also have a place you can go on this sidebar that says groups. So if you go to groups, any recent activity from groups that you're in will be listed here. And so this is our StrongerMemory group. I'm going to switch my view here to my personal because I want to make sure that you're not seeing it the way perfect. So now you're seeing it as a user would. So this is our facilitator group right now. We only have 6 members, so we want all of you to join. If you click join group here, it sends a request in, and it will ask you just a few questions because we want to make sure that people who are joining this group are facilitating or have facilitated a StrongerMemory group. So I'm going to say that I facilitate a Goodwin House. You could just say, you know, my senior center. You can be as you know, accurate as you want, as specific as you want. Are you currently a facilitator? You can click yes, interested, or no. And then group rules, you just have to click that you agree. And the group rules are really about respecting everyone's privacy, honoring intellectual property. So if someone posts something that's theirs, we want to provide acknowledgement if we share it. No hate speech, no spam, and being kind and courteous. So we'll click submit there, and then it will allow me to join the group. Let me see now if I can join, if I can approve that in real time here so we can see the full view. So you'll see in the group, if you click on discussion, there's a lot of recent files. Hang on, I gotta, sorry here, I have to approve my add request, or I'll switch back to the, I'm in. Okay, yay, I'm in. I'm gonna refresh my page. Thanks, Ellie. Ellie was helping me out. I wanted you to be able to see what it looks like to join. Okay, perfect. So now our group has 7 members and I'm in here. So I can see our discussion tab is what comes up first. And then there are some things at the top. So I can look at our other members and be able to find, are there any other, you know, members and facilitators that I know, if I want to reach out to people directly, if I want to look at just what people have posted and might be talking about, I can click discussion. I put a poll here. What do you feel is the best way to share documents and links related to StrongerMemory? So if you want to answer this, you can, and you could even add an option if you wanted to, other, and then push enter there. And then you can also search. So I've uploaded some files with some descriptions. So let's say I want to search about research. and see what research we might have on StrongerMemory. Okay, so when I typed research and clicked enter, I found this document, which is a Word document that'll download and brings up our research document that will load, as well as this research review summary. So this is a good place to look for, especially as we grow more and more things, we can search here by topic. If I want to go back, I'm going to go back here. And another way we can search is just to files. So if I know I want to look for a specific file, but I don't want to search everything, I can just search here. Let's say I know that I want a article. I'll search, and what I have to do, what I realized as I was uploading these is we need to make kind of a structure so it's easier to search. But some of the things that we've uploaded are, our article reviews, some samples on lessons that kind of go beyond those initial 12 weeks in the Facilitators guide, but share information from a news article that we've formatted. I also uploaded the blank template in case somebody wants to make their own. They can do that, and it'll load here so I can show you. So this is one way that we can share documents. We can share documents with each other, and we'll see it open over here. Okay, it flipped to my other screen. Let me slide it over. So once you download it, then it's in protected view. So it's safe, and you can see here we've put together an article review on the health benefits of laughter. And we've got the author, the name, the text here in large print, along with some discussion questions if I scroll all the way down to the end. Oh, yes, so we have the actual link that the article here was adapted from and entered into this format, and then some discussion questions. So if you wanted to use this with your group, you could download it there. Now, the downside of uploading files to the Facebook group is that there's really not a good way to build any kind of folders or organize things beyond just the search function from what I've found so far. So we are still looking into, is there a better shared point? We were using a Google Drive for a little while, but that's hard for people. If you don't have a Google account, then you have to log in. So we're working on that. But this is kind of a good start. And when we break into discussion, really want to hear how how we can make this even better and post things that are really going to be beneficial to you all. If you want to create a post, you can create a post and add in a photo, or you can even post anonymously. So that means the admins will see, but other group members aren't going to see what it is that you posted. And that's really like, I don't know, if you just feel like you want to share a question or a challenge you might be having, but you don't want to you don't want other facilitators or other people in your group to know, you could post anonymously, but the goal is that this is a safe space for you to share any challenges. So you can ask a question, you know, how do you keep your participants motivated with the exercises? And then you can post it. And then people are able to comment. And we'll make sure, I think we've got some auto approve features with the admin side, but I think since I just joined too, it might be in that pending, but we'll make sure that it's not, you know, waiting. So this is the Facebook group. I'm gonna, yeah, there we go. So then Ellie just approved it. We'll refresh here and you can see my post just now. My question is right down here. So then if you wanted to, you could comment, you could add, we could start a whole discussion. The other thing that's really helpful in this group, Ellie has been posting our updates, and you'll have to scroll down a little bit because I posted a bunch of the documents, but Ellie has been posting our StrongerMemory Facilitator Huddle calls. So the link to watch the recording on YouTube is here along with the summary. So even if you don't remember what month it was, but you remember, oh, I think we talked about how to assess success, or we talked about assessments. If you searched in the group up here, if you searched for assess and clicked enter, then it will come up right here. Oh, yep, here is our video. And then you can click it, it'll take you right to that YouTube page. Along with then that reminder. So just some extra updates and links. We want this to be a great tool for all of you. So we invite you all to join and be part of it. I'm gonna hop back over to my slideshow here. Yes. Oh, good question. We do, Ellie just brought up, we do have a private StrongerMemory participant group that we have used in the past, and then this facilitators group. So just a reminder to make sure you are looking at the, you're joining the facilitators group here. Absolutely. And we'll send that link out. That's here. That will be in the meeting notes, and we'll put it in the description of the recording of this call as well. And then some tips for posting and engaging on the Facebook group. You can definitely spark interest with visuals or with emojis. Keep it positive and practical. Share what's working or not in a way that invites collaboration. If somebody posts, it's great to react, comment, cheer people on. And remember that your story could be someone else's solution. So what you share, even if it seems like something small to you, it could be a really great way to answer another facilitator's question or challenge that they have been having. So with that, we're going to go into our Q&A portion and sharing best practices. So I will stop sharing my screen, and we will just move into discussion. And I see there's some things in chat, so I'll check that to see if there's any questions for me in the chat. But oh, perfect. I just see, yay, people joining, and thank you, Ellie, for posting that link. But yeah, what thoughts do we have? Is this a helpful tool? How can we, what would be useful to post in there? And yeah, anything about this topic, and then we can move on to any other challenges or questions.
Well, for me, Jessica, if I can get in there, that will tell me how useful it will be.
Okay.
So if I get on the Facebook page, then I just put StrongerMemory Facilitators group, and then I will get over and have to do the joining and all that sort of thing, starting from my page to get over to there.
Yes, or if you click on the link that Ellie sent in the chat, if you're that will take you directly to the page. And if you're logged into Facebook already in another tab on your computer, then you should be logged in and you should just be able to directly click that link and join.
Okay.
And you can always bookmark that link or something so that you don't have to navigate from your page to the group page every time.
Okay.
And feel free to email us if you have any challenges. We can always set up a step-by-step little short video or pictures.
So this is going to be instead of the Google format that you were working on before, or in addition to?
We haven't removed anything from the Google format, but we're running out of storage on that Google format. And a lot of people, especially, it's hard with some of our like city and county partners. They aren't necessarily able to log in and make a Google account to access the shared drive. So we're looking at this Facebook group to kind of be a place we can have more current information. As a long-term plan, we're also working with our IT team to see, we use Microsoft here at Goodwin Living, and we believe there's a way we can use Microsoft SharePoint to create a shared folder of files that would be accessible. But that part is a little bit more complicated. So this at least is a very real-time way we can share information and share things that allows you all to share documents as well. The SharePoint library will likely be something that those on like the Goodwin Living StrongerMemory team have the ability to upload to, but not necessarily something that other facilitators could upload to. Whereas, the nice thing about the Facebook page is that I could choose to upload a file myself and upload something, any of our facilitators could upload a file directly there. And we'll look to at making a shared directory that will likely be a pinned link maybe to a Google or SharePoint Excel spreadsheet that people can voluntarily put their email addresses in, because I know we've had that request as well. And we have a really big list of people that our facilitator notes and email goes out to. So we don't want to share everybody's info without your permission, but we'll look at building a directory that you can opt into that will only be listed on the Facebook page, or maybe as a Google Doc, we'll figure that piece out. What else? Any other thoughts on if this could be helpful, or any ways we could make this more useful?
So looking at when you were going through the slideshow, there was something. So if you see something and you open it up and you want to download it, will it download to your computer or it downloads and then it can be printed out for your group then?
Yes, yes, that's exactly how it works. It will download to your computer and then you can print it out for your group. Mhm.
Okay.
Or you can, or it'll be downloaded to your computer and you can email it, you know, to your group. If your group meets virtually, you'll have that ability as well. There's some useful things in there about the research. One of them is kind of this summary sheet I made recently about where we're at in the research journey of stronger memory. And then the other one, I'll pull it up here in a second. It has a list of research studies that have kind of informed stronger memory and the links to those articles. So I'll share my screen again. Oh.
Is that more than George Mason, Jessica?
Yeah, so this is kind of things before George Mason, and we currently have two. So it's this one right here, the additional studies. Looks like this when you open it up. Let's see. And this is just kind of a great list of articles that it has our published article so far, our only published article from George Mason, but it also has articles on the 3 exercises, you know, reading aloud, learning therapy for older adults, writing by hand, and simple math. Some articles that you can use to support those 3 exercises in addition to that George Mason research. So these are things where you could, you know, click the link and then print out that link for your group if you wanted. So some of the documents are more like a list of resources. Some of them are ready to print, you know, article reviews. If there's a format that you really like and find helpful, let us know. We have a lot of things in our internal library, and so just looking at what we can do and share to be most helpful for all of you. I also uploaded, you know, our kind of most current master slideshow that we use for a stronger memory introduction. But I know a lot of you have made your own presentations and resources, so you can feel free to share those things on here as well. Ellie made a really great handout called Mastering the Exercises. So that's on there. That's a good PDF you could print out to share with your participants if you want. So just trying to share. Yeah,
Is
share
that
some.
mastering the exercises
Yes.
include keeping people motivated or getting them motivated, or is it literally telling them how to do the exercises?
How to do the exercises. I will say it also talks about why this helps and some general it has some general program tips. So I think it could be a good tool to help motivate people who maybe have kind of forgotten why they're doing these exercises, or they need some tips on how to best incorporate these into their daily routine.
I think what I'm seeing with some of the members is life sort of gets in the way in terms of any sort of scheduled day. And gradually it just moves down the list on the day to the point where people are really tired and don't get at it then. So trying to figure out a way. The one lady
Yeah,
that used to tell us that if she didn't do the exercises by the time dinner was going on, she just didn't eat dinner. Not too many people are motivated to that point, but trying to devise some way. I know some people say the thing that I hate to do the most, I'll do that first thing, so then I get that out of the way. But
yeah.
again, 10 minutes for each activity doesn't seem like very much, but for some, it just seems to be a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, that's a great point, and that might bring us into, the last few minutes of our call, if anybody has just general questions and challenges. But I think Diane brought up a really good point. How do we keep people motivated? Has anybody found something that, yeah, has anybody found something that works really, really well for that, or something that's worked for your group?
I think the part that is maybe affecting some of the people in our group is we're a 55 plus community, and some of the people are getting called in to do grandparenting, caregiving, because of school or work or something. And taking care of young ones involves a lot of activity and energy. So I think that just plays
Yeah.
into it. And they can't do two things. They can't take care of them and do some of those activities unless they're sleeping, and some of them don't go sleeping. So uh, that's one of the reason. And we always, as a community, we always say family first with anything. They take priority over any activity. But again, it's like what you also hear with the caregivers. Sometimes caregivers forget to take care of themselves, and if caregivers don't take care of themselves, then others are in a troubled situation. So any ideas would be appreciated. Or just talking. I do see talking and just offering of even coming a half hour before our gathering time for anybody so that they could have at least one day of getting all the activities in. But again, even there too,
Yeah.
it's not always successful.
Yeah, does anyone else encounter that as a challenge in their group?
I see May nodding her head.
Ellie, you can
Never
come
enough
over
time.
here by my mic if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, there's never
Yeah.
enough time, you guys. And the thing is I'm not allowed to, I cannot even access Facebook on my work computer. So if I do this, it's going to be at home on my own time. We have
Okay,
firewalls because of HIPAA compliance.
Mhm.
So,
got it. Okay.
mhm.
No, that's good to know.
But I'm so thrilled to have this because I feel like, it's a great place where I can go for a resource or I can put resources there for somebody else to use. It takes a lot of pressure off of you guys. You don't have to try to send out a packet, you know.
Yeah, well, and it's hard too if what we have been doing, we've had the Google Drive, but that's been really hard for people to get access to with the way that Google wants everybody logged in if you're going to access files. And then the other, yeah, it's hard to just send everything out in an email as a big PDF. Then you have to search through that big PDF. So we're looking for other, always open to other ideas and solutions, but at least for now, yeah, this is one option. Um,
The other thing that I've encountered, we have somebody in another group that sends us a list of links to certain activities or
mhm.
articles. But when you click on the link, it's a blue link like it should connect. But when you click on it, it says content is blocked, contact the sender. And I've heard tell
Huh.
that if you duplicate links over a period of time, the links don't automatically connect. Has anybody else encountered this type of situation? So I'm worried if you just have something that is a bunch of links that we can go onto, it might be sort of the same thing. Um, Somebody
I
had told me if you hit control and click the link at the same time, it does open. And that did open in a previous time, but in a more recent group that he sent, it didn't work. So I am not sure. And I have to connect with him because he is the sender, but I have, um, when you just have an article, but don't say where it is, you can't even look up the article or go to the article to see that particular part that might be in that list. Am I making
yeah.
sense? Am I being clear about what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. I haven't experienced that with our links here. But certainly if you are trying to access something in one of our documents, let us know. Just even, even if it's just a comment on the Facebook page of, hey, this link isn't working. Just let us know
Okay.
and we'll fix that. Absolutely. Ellie, did you have something to say about our topic we were talking about earlier with? Yeah,
Diane, I was just thinking, I worked with someone for a while who actually, when they were taking care of their grandchildren, who were very young, because they would help out their daughter almost every weekend or every other weekend, but they would actually do the math homework with the grandchildren.
That's a good
that's
idea.
a great idea.
Yeah, we got to the point where they would like scan the math pages because this one of the grandchildren was, I think, in first grade or second grade. It was one of the grades that we say
Most elementary grades.
recommend.
Yeah.
So we would she'd copy a page out of the book and like the printer, she'd print out one for her, one for the grandchild, and they do it together. Which I thought was a very neat idea.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a fun way. You both are learning and doing something together. You both are doing something great for your minds.
One of the participants, she shared that she got one of these page protectors, and rather than take her whole manual, she got a few pages in the protectors and took them along, and then they used the dry marker to go ahead and write answers and erase it. So that was part of an answer. But
Yeah. That's a great idea.
I've encouraged people to put the paper in sleeves and use a China marker, which is one of the easier ones to get off than the dry erase markers.
a
And you can,
China marker, Susan, is that what it's
yes,
called? China
yes.
marker?
Yeah, I don't know if I have one here at this point. It's when you were a kid, you had a pencil that you would pull a string on and it would take paper off and expose the
Oh,
lead.
yes, yes.
That's called a China marker, and they're available on Amazon in packs of 12 or 10, something like that. Yeah, like that. That's what I've done with mine. And I have the different colors for the different stages.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love
Yeah.
these. I give one per client. And they can
Yeah.
put their sheets in and out of them. And
Yes.
actually the dry erase markers from the Dollar Tree, the skinny ones, not the fat ones, come off super easy off of
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have a hard time finding those grease pencils.
I was
I
gonna
I
say,
love
it
them
looks like
too.
They're on Amazon. You can get
Oh,
packages
yeah?
of them. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll look there. Thanks.
And they have different colors, which I
Oh,
think all of
fun.
these kinds of things are more fun, and fun is important. And also, you talk about grandchildren. Also, reading aloud to grandchildren is a good way to do
Yes.
your activity for the day. So,
Mhm.
um, I I I have something, but I don't know if I can share it. From the Fairfield Public Library. Can I just go to me and share it and bring it up, or is it out of control? Or can I send it to you and you accept it?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me go to you.
Yeah, it looks like another name for these is, I had never heard of a China marker before, but
Oh,
it looks like another name is grease pencils
yep.
or wax pencils. So
As
Yeah.
soon as you
Seeing
said tearing the paper off, that
a
triggered it
lot
right
of
away where it
those.
was.
Okay,
Mhm.
if I put something in messages, can you open it?
Yeah, you want to send it in the chat?
Yeah, okay, let me see. Chat.
Sure.
And I'll send it to you.
Yeah, if you send it to me or to everyone, then I should be able to open it and share my screen.
Okay. I don't know if it's just gonna go, it says is restricted by your account administrator. Uh, uh.
Hmm. Where are you?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what it is and I'll mail it to you. The Fairfield Public Library in Connecticut has
Mhm.
memory and music kits, which people can take home who are, either they have a problem themselves or they're helping someone who has a problem. And I just wanted to mention, of course, that there's a music player in the kit. And they have music for like 50s, 60s, 40s, whatever,
Oh, how cool.
Very
that you can use.
cool.
Yeah, so let me see.
I'm trying to see.
Um,
Oh, yay. Okay. Ellie found it, maybe, and put a link in. Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, we're looking
that-
at something. I'll share my screen. We're looking at doing something here in Fairfax that's kind of similar.
So I guess maybe worth contacting them because they've been doing it for
Absolutely.
a while.
Was
You
it
know,
this memory kits?
in Fairfax, there's a group called Encore that has music going.
Yeah, this is it. And it's so nice with the bag and the see-through and,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all, they have DVDs, they have a whole bunch of, and this
Oh, and
player.
the simple music player. I like this one a lot. I've used this before. It
Yeah,
has
I
up
just
to,
thought it was like so
yeah,
great. And it has 240 songs on it and,
yes,
and the clear bags are really nice because, you see what's in the bag. And I think it's easier if you see what's in the bag to keep track of what's in the bag. I think that's probably
right.
why they're using those clear bags.
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
exciting to see a package that has so many other little things inside too. I
Mm-hmm.
could see people get
yes.
enthusiastic about that.
That's
Yeah.
a really great idea to
And they've
have
been
these.
doing it since 23, I think, was when they started it. So they've been doing
Okay.
it for a while.
Wow. Yeah, this is amazing.
This is in
Yeah.
Really great
Connecticut,
idea.
Susan.
Yes, Fairfield, Connecticut.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, we've been looking at doing something like this in Fairfax as part of our dementia friendly initiative. So this is really helpful. I might reach out to them and see what they
Yeah,
put in there.
I'm
Their
sure
memory
they'll share.
kits.
Librarians love sharing.
Yes,
I've usually found.
absolutely.
Well,
Yes.
when you think about this program itself, starting, my first introduction was at the Village to Village conference in 20, I think it was 20 or 21. And then you hear how many places it is across these calls coming from all over the different states, and then hearing about them, in other countries. I mean, it's got to be exciting to hear how many people are participating and taking advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially right now when there's such emphasis on isolation, on not being isolated, between the one-on-one and the weekly gatherings, however they are. I know sometimes people say they would rather not have Zoom, but have it in person. But when you talk about people being in other places or not able to get out or drive or whatever, the Zoom is a godsend for that
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah,
So,
my
No,
husband
absolutely.
teaches 2 Shakespeare classes on Zoom. And, the organization, one is the United Federation of Teachers and the other is Good Neighbors. And they asked both places if they wanted to go back to live, and everybody said no. And I
yeah.
think for a lot of people, not being exposed to other people, not having to travel to something really
Mhm.
does make a big difference.
Yeah,
When you think-
Absolutely. You really
you
have to look at what is the best for your group.
And
Absolutely.
also now, again, a lot of seniors are in that group of people that don't have full measles vaccination. So again, we're back to
Yeah,
the potential for sharing diseases. So, you know,
right.
And even when you just think about driving, even if you're one that doesn't mind driving, when unexpected bottleneck comes up and you're supposed to be someplace at a certain time, you could just see your heartbeat racing up and, all those things that are not necessarily good for yourself.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Well,
Susan. That was a good thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Thanks for sharing that. We are right at time for today, but we will send out the recording and a recap along with that Facebook group link. If you have any other thoughts, please let us know, and look forward to seeing you all next month. If there's anything, I try to listen on our calls and brainstorm any great topics for the next one, but if there's anything really pressing that you would like to talk about in a future meeting, let me know.
Can I just ask one question, Jessica?
Yeah,
Is
sure.
the plan for the Facebook, we are going to continue to do the monthly calls like this in addition to the Facebook as opposed to that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, the monthly calls will continue here and they'll stay on Zoom like they have been, because it seems like everybody has the ability to get on Zoom. So yes, they'll still be on Zoom, and then the recording will still be posted to our YouTube like it has been. The Facebook group is just something, just a way to connect in between these calls. Yep,
Gotcha.
absolutely. So
Okay.
we'll see you all next month.